The Mindy Project changes networks, Undateable changes formats, and the CW steals a pilot from Showtime. Well, it wasn't so much stealing. It's just more of this pilot didn't work on that show network, so now I'm going to bring it back to it's whatever, it doesn't matter. This is C Plus News Time.
It's C Plus News Time with your host, Chad White.
Welcome back to C Plus News Time. I'm your host, Chad White, and this is the comedy news you didn't know about for the week of May 11th, 2015. There's a ton of comedy news this week, especially Harry Shearer leaving The Simpsons. He tweeted, I think on Wednesday or Tuesday, something like that. I should know this, I'm a newscaster, that he was not going to be back on The Simpsons. The show was picked up last week for another 2 seasons, guaranteed to 28, and with the option of 2 more seasons, as James L. Brooke has said, bringing the total to 30 seasons. Harry Shearer was offered reported about $14 million, just like the rest of the cast, but he had problems with not being able to do his own thing. For years, the cast has been able to do their own things, according to Brooks, as seen in Hank Azaria being on Friends or any other movie. I was just watching Happy Feet 2, he was in that. And everybody else, Dan Castellaneta was able to go do some other stuff. Harry Shearer actually lives in England, and he can actually call in and phone in his lines. He can record at home, apparently. They can do all this stuff, but I guess he's just had enough of the whole Simpsons thing. He doesn't really want money so much. It's not about the $14 million he's going to lose. It's about, I guess, the integrity of the entire thing. Harry Shearer, if you're watching this, I know you're not, why don't you come back to The Simpsons? Just, you can phone in your lines for the next 4 years. It doesn't matter. We just want to see our characters, beloved characters like Mr. Burns, Mr. Smithers, Ned Flanders, Reverend Lovejoy, and others, just continue to live and thrive. Now, the show will go on without Shearer, according to the producers, and they'll just probably recast the characters and not let them die off like they did Mrs. Krabappel, whose actual voice actor did pass away. Our first story follows Mindy as she's moving from Fox over to Hulu. Yes, it's very true. The streaming service has picked up the Mindy Project for a, get this, 26 episodes, season 4. Exactly. I know. It's amazing. The show that struggled on Fox is now moving over to Hulu for a complete streaming rights because the series was always doing well on Hulu. And now, why not? Why not buy it? It's great. Now they have 26 episodes to play around with. And of course, this mirrors another Universal TV show called Unbreakable Kimmy Schmidt over on Netflix, who benefited from being worked with on NBC and the Netflix of having, longer episodes, not having to deal with advertisers, but it still has commercial breaks and all that stuff, so it's still good. Hulu has the option to order additional seasons following the season 4 premiere. They just want to see how everything flows out, how it works, and see if people are really aching for more Mindy Project, or if this just happened to be a fluke and people just watch the show on Hulu. The order by Hulu brings the number of the Mindy Project episodes to 93, so of course they might as well make another final season with 7 episodes. Get to 100 because that's what people want, is 100 episodes in their sitcoms. Craig Ehrwich, Hulu's SVP and head of content, said, Mindy has been a beloved member of the Hulu family, so this deal is a natural extension of our relationship. While its broadcast on Fox was a little bit soft, Mindy has done very well in online viewing, ranking as a top show in Hulu since its premiere. Next up, NBC orders a live edition of Undateable. The sitcom that is in its 2nd season right now, it just ended, will be going to a 3rd season with a full season order, 22 episodes, all live. This is unheard of in this day and age because, first of all, sitcoms really aren't filmed anymore. This is the first time in a long time that a sitcom has really thrived, except for Big Bang Theory and 2.5 Men and all that crap. But this is something different. This is on NBC, a sitcom on NBC that's still working. The show will reportedly be live on the East Coast, and maybe Deadline reports that they will also be live on the West Coast as well. So that means 2 shows once a week, sort of like SNL, but they kind of don't do 2 shows. So it would be exact opposite of SNL. The penultimate episode of the 2nd season was actually live, and it featured people from Ed Sheeran to Zach Braff, Donald Faison, Kate Walsh to Dr. Drew Pinsky, and Minnie Driver. Undateable was not really supposed to be this big of a hit, but it broke the mold last summer, and it did well. So now, naturally, of course, this show is going to be somewhat of a cult hit. We'll see how this goes. We'll see how it plays out. And that's good luck to Ron Funches. We love that guy. And finally, Rachel Bloom's comedy show is moving from Showtime to CW. Of course, she made a pilot for Showtime, half hour last year, called My Crazy Ex-Girlfriend, and it wasn't really well received over there, so naturally, CW picks it up, and they're like, we're going to make the show now. And they move it into an hour-long format because that's the only thing they deal with, i.e. Arrow, iZombies, Flash, all those shows. Crazy Ex-Girlfriend will be airing this fall on CW, albeit a little bit retooled. Michael McDonald was a character in the show, but now he's going to be changed. There's going to be a whole new casting of the supporting character itself, and then there's going to be a writing of some of the racier material that would have flown on premium cable to make it fit on normal, regular people TV. Poor people TV, as I like to call it. Of course, the show will air alongside the hit show Jane the Virgin, and it'll be picked up for a full season. Good on you, Rachel Bloom. This one really helped you out. And that's all the news I have for you for C Plus News Time. Why don't you go to our Facebook page and like us? Follow us on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter. Go to the website. Go to the Tumblr page. Go to the Marvel's Secret Universe. Go to the Convergence event on DC. I don't know what I'm saying anymore. I just want to get back to reading comic books. Thank you. And subscribe. The Mindy Project is changing networks, Undateable changes formats, and the CW steals a Showtime pilot. Look at this. Everybody's stealing stuff. I know something that you can steal. My heart. This is C Plus News Time. That was not good at all. That was terrible. That was the worst thing I could possibly say. Whatever. Let's do this. The Mindy Project taints. The Mindy Project taints. The Mindy Project taints. That was a good one. Okay, do it again. Oh, God, that was not a good episode. Okay. And that's all the news I got for you for C Plus News Time. My hands are on my hip, so, okay.